go up. Hey, Jake, do me a favor, scooch over one just over that side. Yeah, Mackenzie, let's go up to.
I've been missing that.
Say my name. My back. Don't talk about me on my back, Jenny. I mean, girl, just like
House is good to go.
yeah, that was bad. I was looking oh, you'll be fine.
No, you can tell
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is weird. We have people at our final dress rehearsal. This is fantastic. So I'm Mr. Meyer, the director of the Arabian Nights. Thanks for coming this afternoon. We do a little curtain raiser speech here because we have to do some safety stuff. But specifically about today, this is a rehearsal. Okay? So it's not entirely impossible that we might have to stop at some point. We didn't yesterday, and we're not anticipating we will today. But it is a rehearsal, so better to fix something really bad before it opens than to go past it. Probably won't have to, but just in case. Also, I will be sitting back there next to the assistant director, Mackenzie. I'll try to keep my voice down, but we're taking notes. So I will be talking to her throughout the show. I'll try to keep it in whisper mode, but I'm not being rude. I'm giving notes for the cast for later. All right? So that's just a couple things about the dress rehearsal. Make sure, please, that you do turn off any noise-making devices. Those which I should do also. Those phones or those whatever you have that makes noise. All right, that would be great. In the unlikely event that we have to evacuate, right? You'll notice there's an exit sign here. So we've got an exit right out that way. We have an exit right out that way. You see the exit sign, or back down the stairs in which you came, and any of the exit signs out in the theater. All right. Please no photography, except for you're okay. We are, our yearbook photographer, our professional photographer is shooting the show today, so he'll be moving around. Might be in front of you at certain points. Just ignore that. I do believe that that is everything. So, thank you and enjoy the show.
Called Shahryar, who one night found his wife in the arms of a slave. The world darkened for him. His soul grew sick. And he killed her on the carpet of the bed.
From then on, every night, he marries, loves, and kills a virgin girl.
And when she dies, anything of him that she might have inside also dies, and he will never be betrayed again.
Friend, trust not at all in women. Smile at their promising, for they lower or they love at the caprice of their hearts. Filled to the mouth with deceit, they lavish a lying love. Even while the very fringe trimming their silks is faithless. Mild love today, tomorrow gives way to madness. Say not if a man may love and yet escape the follies of loving, but rather, only a miracle brings a man safe from love.
This has gone on for 3 long years. Prince of Time, Shahryar.
Yes? Whom do you have for me tonight?
No one, my lord.
What?
The people are all one cry of horror. Many have fled with their remaining daughters. There are no more girls to serve to this assault.
Have you no daughters, my noble wazir?
Oh, Prince of Time, commander of the...
Faithful servant. Have you no daughters? 2, I believe. Dunya.
Dunyazad is a little child.
Dunyazad and Scheherazade. 2 girls who I've heard in the matters of beauty, charm, brilliance, and perfection are unrivaled, except by each other.
It is true.
Bring me Scheherazade tonight, and tomorrow bring her shroud. And don't look so sad. You're about to be the father of a queen, if only for a night.
Or else, let us leave everything we have and run into the desert.
By Allah, I will marry this king. I am filled to the mouth
with deceit,
with stories. And I have a plan by which I will save the daughters of the Muslims, and Dunyazad will help.
Heart of my heart, my daughter.
Father, this is written in my destiny. Now bring me my wedding clothes and sing me on my way.
Oh, and be comforted, child of the faithful, what he has written that you cannot alter. Oh, and be comforted, child of the faithful, what he has not written that shall never be. I keep the sweetness of my voice to sing to him. I keep my fairest verses in his praise. But my voice is not enough to sing of him. My verses are too small to hold his praise. Walk on light-hearted, care not, carry nothing. Fear not what men do, grieve not at sorrow. Walk on light-hearted, care not, carry nothing. Fear not what men may do, leave all to him.
What is that noise?
Only my sister crying, Prince of Time. She's never spent the night alone.
Stop her, now!
Dunyazad, don't cry. Allah alone lives forever. I know. Someday, Dunyazad, someday in the morning or in the afternoon or in the night, you will join me, and we will be together again. Don't cry. But how will I ever sleep at night? Don't cry.
What's she going on about?
How will I ever sleep without your stories? Nothing at all. I'll never hear your stories again. I'll never hear about the Al-Din or the contest of generosity, or how the madman got rid of his wife. I'll never hear the tale of the dream, or the forgotten melody, or of sympathy the learned.
What's this?
Sister, her words are so sweet and gentle, pleasant to the taste.
Have mercy, she's
Just
just a
a
little
little
child.
I never sleep.
Oh, sister, tell us one of your tales of marvel. Tell it now, gladly. And as a duty, if the great and courteous king permits.
It is permitted.
Have you heard, O auspicious king, of the great and glorious Harun al-Rashid, Khalifa of Baghdad, a most wise and generous ruler?
Of course. What do you think?
Yes, well.
Have I heard of Harun al-Rashid? Is this all you have to say to me?
It is related that one night, Harun al-Rashid felt himself weighed down by a heavy depression.
Brother and Wazir, my heart is heavy.
O King of Time, all joy and sorrow come from within, but sometimes outside shows may have an influence upon these humors. Have you made trial of any outside shows today?
I have taken up in my fingers and let fall all the jewels of my treasury, the rubies, the emeralds, and the sapphires, but not one of them could lift my soul to pleasure. I went to my harem and passed in review the white and the brown, the copper-colored and the dark, but none of them could lift my soul to gladness. I went to my stables, but not one of my countless horses could amuse me, and the weight of the world has not lifted.
What do you say? A visit to the madhouse, my lord? To my way of thinking, the mad have a more subtle understanding than the sane. They behold differences in affinities which are hidden from common men, and are often visited by strange visions.
As Allah lives,
said Harun al-Rashid.
let us go at once.
They exited the palace and made their way to the madhouse.
You've had a shortage of fresh lunatics lately, my lord. I attribute the general falling off to the deterioration of intellect in all of Allah's creatures. I am pleased to say that I can show you one madman, although he doesn't seem that mad to me.
Have you been shut away from madness?
As Allah lives, I am neither raving mad nor melancholy mad. I am neither an idiot nor a normally stupid person. But my adventures have been so singular that were they written with a needle in the corner of my eye, still they would serve as a lesson to the circumspect.
Well, our ears are open, and you have all our attention.
I am a merchant, and the son of a merchant. Before I was thrown into this place, I had a shop on the market where I sold bracelets and other costly ornaments. This story begins when I was 16 years old and already had a reputation for seriousness, honesty, and chastity. I never tried to make conversation with any of my women customers. I had practiced the precepts of the book and never lifted my eyes to any daughter of the faith. Other merchants held me up as an example to their sons, for I knew how to hold myself above desire, and I understood the proper place of women and the proper place of men. One day, I sat reading my account book.
Is this the shop of the noble so-and-so?
It is.
And are you he?
I am.
I have something for you.
Well,
It comes from my mistress.
you may
and-
approach me. You must know the reputation of my honor.
It comes from my mistress, and she awaits the favor of an answer.
Love has filled my soul with wine and gold, the black scorpions of your hair. Come with me to the bath, beloved, and I will... What is this?
It's an ode.
A what?
An ode to you. It's from my mistress.
Who is this harlot who writes to me?
She awaits the favor of an answer.
Dare this foul woman write to me? Carry this back to her! Carry this back to her, daughter of 1,000 shameless horns! Carry this back to your foul mistress! Carry this mistress. This happened, my lords, when I was only 16 years old. And I still tell it as an example of my virtue and purity at the time. But not to put Shaban with Ramadan, I will only say that the months and years passed on, and I became a man. I began to think it time for me to marry a wife in sight of Allah. And I did marry, for as Allah lives, I did so. One afternoon, I was sitting reading my account book. I heard a commotion in the street. I looked up and saw a remarkable thing. Yes, mistress, I do.
Show me some ankle rings, if you will. Try them for me. What's the matter?
Mistress, surely none of this will ever fit your ankle.
Oh, do not trouble about them. I will ask you to show me something else. Now tell me, is it true then, as they say at home, that I have an elephant's legs?
The name of Allah be upon the perfection of your ankles. Gazelles would die of jealousy at the sight of them.
And yet you say your ankle rings will never fit.
Because they are too large and far too rough for ankles such as yours.
Oh, I thought they were quite otherwise. No, show me some bracelets. I am weary today. Try them for me. What have you seen, young man? I am maimed and webbed-fingered, am I not? I have arms of a hippopotamus, have I not?
The name of Allah be upon those white curves and upon that child's wrist. My smallest bracelets made for children would gape outrageously above each slim transparency.
Then they were not right? Now, show me some gold necklets and breastplates.
Cover them. Cover them! I'll veil them!
What? Will you not help me to try on some gold necklets and breastplates? It doesn't matter. I am rough and hairy, am I not? With breasts like a buffalo cow. Or is the other rumor correct, that I am all bone and dry like a saltfish and as flat as a carpenter's bench?
In the name of Allah be upon the hidden beauty and the hidden fruit.
Were they fooling me then when they told me I had the ugliest hidden things in the world? Never mind. And have you any belts? No. Try it for me, in Allah's name.
Mistress, I cannot fit.
I know. They say I am deformed with a double hump behind and a double hump in front, with a horrible belly and a back like a camel's. Is it not so?
Mistress, although this belt was made for an infant princess, it cannot fit around a waist which casts no shadow. For a waist which would fill a scribe's heart with despair while making the letter X.
You surprise me, young man. They have never been very complimentary about my waist at home. Now, perhaps you can show me some earrings and a gold frontlet for my hair. I see, young man, that you were struck dumb by my ugliness. My own father, when I was born, took one look and ordered every mirror hidden from me for pity. So, I've been spared. I've never seen myself. But I've heard from many repetitions that my face is a hideous thing. A parchment pitted with smallpox, a blind right eye and a bleared left, a stinking mouth with broken teeth, and a pair of cropped ears. They say my skin is scabby, my hair is broken and frayed, and the invisible horrors of my interior are not to be named.
The name of Allah be upon your great beauty, visible and invisible.
Then you do not find me a horror?
By Allah, no.
You would not deceive me.
Never.
Alas, why does my father hate me so? For it is he who attributes all these horrors to my appearance, and all my life I have lived as he has named me. Horrible, unwanted, and unloved. He so hates the sight of me that he is ready to sell me to a merchant
merchant of slaves,
Who is your father?
the Sheikh al-Islam in person.
Rather than sell you, would he not let me marry you?
Thank you for that, young man. It is a great kindness, but you do not know what you are saying. My father is a scrupulous man. As he thinks his daughter a repulsive monster, he would not willingly wed her to one such as yourself.
There must be some way.
Listen, you might do worse than to try to gain his consent. I don't wish to be sold. Tomorrow morning, present yourself before my holy father, and after exchanging pleasant greetings and comments about the hotness and dryness of the day, ask him for my hand in marriage. He is certain to say, "May Allah preserve your youth, my son. My daughter is a creature altogether helpless. There is nothing to be done for her. She is crooked and hideous. But you must cry out, 'I am content. I am content.'" He will go on. "I thank you for that, my son, but my daughter is not for any strong and handsome youth. She is, but you must cry out,
I am content. I am content. You force me to the pain of plain speech. If you were to marry my daughter, you'd be wedding the most terrible monster of our time. I am content. I am content. But my poor boy, she is blind of one eye, her ears are cropped, she is lame and stinking, a dribbler and pisser. I am content. She is disgusting and vicious, snot-nosed and forever farting. I am content. I am content. She is bearded and flab-bellied. She is short of an arm, but has a club foot. Her left eye is covered with a film. Her nose a mass of oily pimples. Her face is one sieve of smallpox. Her right eye is blind. And she is forever stinking. My poor boy, if you were to marry my daughter, you'd be wedding the most terrible monster of our time. I am content. Spare yourself the task of description, for I will go on soliciting your daughter, no matter what you find to say of her. I have a taste for horrors, my lord, and when they are such as afflict as your honorable daughter, I can only repeat, I am content, content, content! If you are determined to persist in this madness, I will give my slow consent. But you must sign a contract before witnesses that you will accept your bride with all of her faults, and if you dare divorce her, you shall pay a ransom of 20,000 gold dinars. I agreed to these conditions and would have agreed 1,000 times more. How can an obscure merchant have won such happiness? Was I really to take all my ease with all that beauty? There was no wedding feast, no celebration, but I could not have been happier. I was counting down the moments till I could see that perfect beauty in all her glory. I made myself ready, and at the first civil moment, went bounding to my bride's bed. Horror of horrors. Never see such a sight. I saw the most repulsive, the most deformed, the most disgusting, the most repugnant, the most grotesque creature of a nightmare. She was worse than the description that lovely and wicked girl had given her. She was a monster of malformation, a rag so full of horror, I dread to describe her even now. I had willingly, eagerly, madly married a nauseating compendium of all disgust to have ever entered the imagination of the damned. The next morning I fled that sorrowful place back to my shop, but no sooner was I there than I saw the maiden of love made perfect, the vision of desire who had cast me into hell, come smiling towards me in the middle of her slaves.
Why have you stopped?
It is dawn, my lord. Oh, sister, if the king kills you now, he'll never understand the madman. Perhaps if I were to live another day. But I can see from the window that my father is waiting with my shroud.
By Allah, he may wait another day.
The king departed to sit in judgment, raising some to office while lowering others until the fall of day. But on the second night, she said,
Standing at the entrance of the shop, the woman said,
May this be a day of benediction, O bridegroom. May Allah put a crown upon your happiness. May joy abide with you.
May joy abide with you and your new wife.
You cauldron of pitch! You wicked girl, you bowl of tar! You are not the daughter of Sheikh al-Islam!
No, no more than you.
May Allah curse the hour of our meeting. May He damn the foul blackness of your soul. Why have you done this to me, you one woman? Why have you tricked me and destroyed my life?
What is all of this sounding brass? Have you forgotten about the ode I wrote and sent to you so many years ago? And your great virtue and my poor little slave.
What?
Oh, merchant, you should have listened when perfect love came to call. You should have listened when perfect love came to call.
Has filled my soul with wine and gold, but I keep them who has kept the black scorpions of your hair to feed upon my soul?
Oh, merchant, you should have listened when perfect love came to call. You should have listened when perfect love.
Come with me to the path, beloved, and I will lie singing on your heart. Farewell.
Please don't go! In truth, I repent.
Too late.
I see now how foolish my conduct was towards you. How vulgar and hypocritical. How full of stupid vanity and...
Unfounded pride.
Please, mistress, it was so long ago. Pardon me just this once, please.
I will pardon you this once, but you must promise never to do the like again.
Oh, perfect love, I kneel in your protection and look for deliverance at your hands.
I have already thought of that. Since I'm the one who caught you, it is only right I should set you free.
But how? I've signed a contract.
Listen carefully and you will soon be free of that unfortunate girl. First, you must go to the foot of the citadel and call together all the acrobats, quacks, idiots, dancers, rope walkers, clarinetists, cymbals, tambourines, and funny men that you find there. Then you must go back to the house of the Sheikh al-Islam.
I must say I never expected my daughter to find such happiness.
She is happiness itself.
You see, her mother was frightened by a fire and delivered her before her time.
But she was delivered in the perfect time for me.
Oh, well, I really must say that I... Do you hear something?
Why, no.
Well, as I was saying... Greetings, Sheikh al-Islam. May Allah's blessing be upon you. In the name of all your new family, I wish you prosperity.
Who are these people?
Oh, cousin, know that we will never, ever desert you. You know these people? Oh, and as you have made this your new home, so it is ours as well, forever and ever and ever!
Are you the son of a quack? Are these vile gypsies kin to you? Since I love your daughter and her honor, I cannot forsake my family. Blood remembers blood. Now come on, everybody, let's do the family dance!
Your marriage contract is illegal. You falsified your parentage.
The family dance!
No family dance! You cannot remain in the house of Sheikh al-Islam, and you cannot remain married to my daughter.
No, I have won her, and now I will not trade her for all the kingdom of Iraq.
You shall divorce her.
But every one of her hairs is more precious to me than a thousand.
The family dance!
No!
Please protect my
me in the home of one who does not love my family. I put away your daughter once, twice, 3 times!
An end to this unfortunate business.
The family dance!
Shall we come together now, dear master?
In your house or at my shop?
Poor lad, don't you know that a woman has many preparations before such things can be? We'll go to my house.
But my shop is large enough to hold us both. And if in love we burn it down, we still have the vast chambers of my heart.
Your compliments have improved in quality over the years.
Let's hurry. I feel the wasted days clamor within me.
Before the fight, oh soldier, let me hear if you know the name of your antagonist.
You're stopping now?
It is dawn, my lord, and my father has returned with my shroud.
He may wait another day.
Tonight, you will finish the story
And then die.
The king departed to sit in judgment, raising some to office while lowering others until the fall of day. But when the 3rd night had come, she said,
Before the fight, O soldier, let me hear if you know the name of your antagonist.
River of Grace,
No.
White Feather,
No.
Sweet Fleshy,
No.
Peeled Sesame,
No.
Basil of the Bridge,
No.
Wild Mule.
You are wrong. Did your masters teach you nothing in school?
Nothing.
Now listen to the things' rightful names. They are Dumb Starling, Wordless Eloquence, Silent Tongue, Adjustable Vice, Mad Fighter, Great Shaker, Jacob's Well, Little Cradle, a bird without feathers, a nest without eggs, and a rabbit without ears.
Well, where shall I begin?
Where you like.
Then I say to the child of my inheritance, feed the starling. Now, tame the savage rider's bite.
A right drink, a drink of delight.
Now, sing the bird without feathers.
Now I warn for all weathers.
Don't forget about the rabbit without ears that's fallen fast asleep, I hear.
I hear.
I don't know why, mistress. I cannot do it again today.
But the 12th time is the most important. The first 11 don't even count.
Yet it is impossible. Impossible.
Then you must have rest, my poor. You must have rest.
I heard that and fainted clear away. I woke up fastened to the chains in the wall of this madhouse. I looked to the chief of keys. I said, why am I here?
You must have rest. The young woman said,
He must have rest.
Even if you had been chained here for madness, I would have freed you for the sake of that story. Young lady, I know the troubles that were between you in the past, but I take it upon myself that such a thing will not happen again. The lad is well rested and ready for anything.
I hear and I obey. I am prepared to live with him again.
Thank you, my child. You have lifted a great weight from my heart.
They lived together in all delight, at the practice of every virtue, knowing days each more admirable than the last, and nights whiter than the days, until they were visited by the destroyer of joy and the separator of friends, and died. But glory be to He the living, who dies not and reigns over the visible and invisible world.
By Allah, I will remember that story.
My king, it is early yet.
What of it?
Let me make the darkness gentle for you. There will be time to kill me with the dawn.
Tell me, do you know any moral anecdotes?
Moral anecdotes, O auspicious king, are the tales which I know best. I can tell you 1 or 2 or 3 from the perfumed garden.
Begin quickly, for a great weariness weighs upon my soul tonight, and I doubt whether your head is safe upon your shoulders.
Then listen. Though I must warn you that although these tales are very moral, some of them may seem licentious or lewd to those with gross and narrow minds.
Don't let that stop you. But if you think these tales may be unfit for this little one who listens, I do not know very well why, among the carpets at our feet, send her away at once.
I think she should be allowed to stay, for to the pure and clean, all things are pure and clean. And besides, there is nothing shameful of talking of those things which lie below our waist.
Begin at once.
It is related, O auspicious king, that a certain jester lived at the court of Harun al-Rashid.
And so the camel said to the merchant, "With prices like these, you won't begin many more." Oh, yeah. Not my best work.
You are a bachelor, are you not?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I have conceived a keen
Don't say it.
desire
No, 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 no.
to see you married.
Oh, King of Time, I pray you, spare me that felicity. I'm a bachelor through fear of the sex. I've abstained so that it may never happen upon some debauched, adulterous, whoring woman. I pray you, think of all my faults and all my ignoble qualities, and as a punishment of them, deny me the blessing of matrimony.
Well, I cannot help your feelings. Today you must be married.
It's just that
Today.
All right.
For half a year, or maybe 7 months, the jester lived at peace with his new bride, a beautiful and modest-seeming girl. But after that there happened that which was fated to happen, for no man can escape his destiny.
I have been invited into the gardens this evening to take the good air with some friends.
Oh no.
If you need me for anything, you will know where to send.
No one will want you to do anything but enjoy yourself. If you take a joy in the garden, it will be an equal delight for me.
Farewell. Farewell.
Farewell, my sweet.
Farewell.
Farewell, my love.
Farewell.
Farewell. Praise Allah. I've gotten rid of that wild pig for one afternoon. Now I will send for my heart's delight. Who can that be? Not that dog of a husband, I hope. Oh, my pastry cook.
My tart.
You are earlier than usual.
I am. When I prepared my dough and rolled it and leaded it and stuffed it with almonds and pistachios, I realized it was still too early for customers to be dropping by. So I said to myself, shake the flour from your clothes, my friend, and go to rejoice a little with your sweets. Oh, the dough is rising. The dough is rising. Who can that be?
I don't know. Take this and hide yourself in the privy. Oh, my green brochure. You are too soon.
That's right. As I was returning from my kitchen garden this morning, I thought you had better take your fresh vegetables, your heroic cucumber, your exceptional pumpkin, and your embarrassing grapefruit to your sweet food. They will rejoice her. Climb, my vine, climb, my creeping snow, creeping snow. Who's there?
I don't know. Go and hide yourself in the privy while I see.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I've been doing what you've been doing, and I'm in here for the same reason as yourself.
My sweet butcher.
My sweet meat.
You are too soon.
When I had finished slaughtering all my lambs for the day, I thought, you better take your sweet this sheepskin. It will be a soft comfort for her head, and she will start her morning well for you. Bleed for me! Who's that?
I don't know. Take your sheepskin and hide yourself in the privy. My friend, you are too soon.
Come here, you little piccolo. We seem to be a little flat today, just a little flat. Come! Let's moisten our reed. Who's there?
Who knows? Perhaps my husband? Take this and hide yourself in the privy.
Greetings, friends. What are you doing in this singular apartment?
Peace be with you, friend. Same thing as yourself.
Give me the fusion of Hannes and Fennel, good wife. Things are moving, things are moving. I couldn't stay at the gardens any longer. I had to come home to take off.
The jester knew at once the exact nature of his predicament. But what if these four lovers should turn on him and kill him to hide their crime? He decided to try a trick.
Oh, sacred messengers of Allah. I know you. I recognize you well. You, who are all white and flowery, might be mistaken for a pastry cook by the profane. But you are, without a doubt, the holy patriarch Job, the all-source. And you, with the box of excellent vegetables, are the great Gadir, who guards each orchard and clothes each tree with a green diadem. And you, with the lion skin, surely you are Cleopatra, queen of the Nile. And you, O heavenly angel with the glorious horn, are certainly Israfel, who shall summon us on the last day.
You are not mistaken, O man. We are even as you have named us, and we have come to earth through your privy because we decided to reward you for your great virtue.
We could find no other openings in the sky.
Since you have done me the honor of this visit, O illustrious saints, will you grant me one wish? Speak, speak. Come with me to the palace of Harun al-Rashid. Surely he will be greatly obliged to me for such famous visitors.
We shall grant you that particular grace.
Let's go. Busted. Oh my lord, allow me to introduce to you four sacred personages. Our Lord Job, our Lord Gadir, Cleopatra, queen of the Nile, and the angel Israfel, who shall announce the last judgment. I found them in my privy, my lord, and I owe the honor of their visit to the saintly qualities of the wife whom you so generously gave to me.
Have you gone mad? Or are you trying to kill me?
I only tell you what I've seen.
Can you not see that the prophet Job is a pastry cook, the prophet Kadir is a greengrocer, the queen of the Nile is a butcher, and the angel Israfel is my first clarinet, the master of my music?
I only tell you what I've seen.
Tell me the truth. Sons and daughters of 1,000 shameless whores, you are the lovers of that wife of his.
I saw that
just concentrated more like I felt on her.
On your knees, dogs! O master of wisdom, I grant you your divorce. A curse on all women. And you lovers, shall have your eggs torn from you. I have not heard such a story in all my life. Guards!
But, quick as lightning, the pastry cook came forward, kissed the ground, and said,
Oh, most auspicious king, if I tell you a story more wonderful still than the story of our adventure in the house of this honorable man,
perhaps you may see your way clear to sparing my eggs. And Harun al-Rashid said,
It is permitted.
and so the pastry cook began the tale of the dream.
it is related, but Allah is all-wise and all-knowing, that one night in Baghdad, a poor man lay down to sleep. While some in the city have fine carpets, and some in the city have fine palaces and fine pillows for their heads, he had only the bare floor in his little hut at the end of a cobbled street lined with palm trees, and the gray stone courtyard containing a dry and cracked fountain with a design of birds upon it. Under that old fountain, a great sum of money lies buried, and a man came to him in a dream
My poor man, know that your fortune lies far away in Cairo. Go and seek it there.
Fortune lies far away in Cairo. Go and seek it there. The very next morning, the poor man set out for Cairo, and after many weeks and much hardship, he arrived in that city.
Night fell. He could not afford to stay at an inn, so he lay down to sleep in the courtyard of a mosque.
That night, robbers entered the mosque and from there broke into an adjoining house.
Awakened by the noise, the owner raised the alarm and called for help.
Help! Help! The police arrived.
Found the poor man from Baghdad
Beat him!
and threw him into jail.
3 days later, the chief of police ordered his men to bring the stranger before him.
Where do you come from?
I come from Baghdad.
And what brought you to Cairo?
A man came to me in a dream saying, "My poor man, know that your fortune lies far away in Cairo. Go and seek it there." But when I came to Cairo, the fortune I was promised proved to be the beating your men so generously gave to me.
What a fool to believe in dreams. Know this, I too have heard a voice in my sleep. Not just once, but 3 times. It said, go to Baghdad and find a little hut
at the end of a cobbled street, lined with palm trees, and a gray stone courtyard
containing a dry and cracked little fountain with the design of birds upon it.
Under that old fountain, a great sum of money lies buried.
Go there and dig it up. But did I go? Of course not. Yet fool that you are, you've come all the way to Cairo on the strength of one idle dream. Take this. It will help you on your way back to your own country.
The poor man recognized at once that the house and the garden described in the dream of the chief of police were his own. He took the money and set out promptly on his homeward journey.
Go to Baghdad, city of peace and poets. Your fortunes in the garden of your home.
As soon as he reached his house, he went into the garden, dug beneath the fountain, and uncovered a great treasure.
Your fortunes in the garden of your home.
And thus, the words of the dream were wondrously fulfilled.
Your fortune is in the garden of your home. Fortune speaks to you. Your fortune is in the garden of your home. It speaks to you in dreams.
That was an excellent tale indeed, pastry cook. If it is true. But whether it is true or not, I do pardon you.
With that, the butcher came forward, kissed the ground, and said, "Oh, excellent king, grant me the same favor as my colleague, the pastry cook, and I will tell you an even fairer tale, a tale that may inspire you to generous deeds."
It is permitted.
And so the butcher began the tale of the contest of generosity. It is related, but Allah is all-wise and all-knowing, that once in the city of Baghdad, there was a boy and a girl who loved each other from infancy.
Cool as the night in the Rawa Valley, where the rivers sit and the breezes carry. 8, 9, 10. It's filled with flowers, where will marry when evening comes, the moon will yield. 11, 12, 13. Silver to earth in the carpet covered field, and every single night will sing. 14, 15, 16.
But as the fortune of the boys rose, that of the girls fell.
Beloved cousin, have you heard? My parents are forced to marry me to a sheikh I've never seen. Beloved, have you heard?
No.
I must leave tonight.
Then you must go now. It is growing dark.
What do you mean? It is midday. Can't you see the sun?
No, it is growing dark.
What do you see?
Nothing. The sun wakes in your eyes and the moon sleeps in the hollow of your throat. I've heard that you are going and I'm growing blind from grief.
Say what's in your heart.
A desert.
And so she said,
As the poet says, when you passed on by my tent door, I said goodbye to all the world, forgetting how to love forevermore when you passed on. If your dear voice recalls the tones, the sweetness of the way you said my name, kneel down, beloved, and say the same. I'll answer with the creaking of my
surface silver, golden wrist with copper bagels, lake hair lying in black gables. Dreams are pictures in the glow of sleep, and no more mine, and no more mine forever.
Surely, my new bride weeps as young girls do, because she has left her mother. Happily, this does not last long. A kind word will cure her. Oh, light of my soul, why do you destroy the beauty of your eyes? If you are crying for your mother, say so, and I will fetch her to you instantly. If you're crying for your father, or one of your sisters, or a nurse, or some pet animal such as a rooster, a cat, a gazelle, tell me and you shall no longer be separated from your desire. Is it the house itself for which you weep? The house where you were young? Tell me, I will take you back there at once.
My lord, I do not weep for my mother, my father, my sisters, my nurse, or my pets. And I beg you not to insist I tell you the reason.
Fairest girl on earth. Then I know what it is. You cry because I am repugnant to you.
No, by Allah, I have no aversion to you. It's something else.
What then?
My grief and tears are for a dear one of my house, a cousin with whom I grew up, a cousin who loves me and whom I love. Oh, master, love's roots are in the heart, and if love is torn away, then the heart is torn away also.
The sheikh lowered his head and reflected for an hour.
Dear girl, the law of Allah and his prophet, upon whom you pray peace, forbids one believer to snatch even a mouthful of bread from another by force. How then could I snatch away your heart? Rise up, my bride of a minute, and go with my full consent to your cousin. Give yourself to him and return here in the morning before the servants are awake. From now on, this is how we shall live. You are as my daughter.
A blessing be upon you.
So saying, that girl left that good man's house, glowing in the night in her happiness and her wedding jewels. But she had barely gone 20 paces when...
By Allah, my lucky night! Nothing for 6 weeks and now a wedding guest in all her jewels! Give me your jewels next to the earth! As Allah lives, you are the greatest jewel of them all. I will do you no harm if you are complacent. And I can promise you a most blessed night to come with me. Oh no. I will neither hurt you nor rob you if you give yourself to me freely.
Just when everything was going so well.
What's that you say?
Just when everything was going so well and I was on my way to the home of the one I loved.
What wedding were you at?
My own. My parents were forced to marry me to a sheikh I'd never seen. But I've loved my cousin since infancy. When I explained this to the sheikh, the good man let me go.
He let you go?
Yes. He told me to consummate a marriage with my cousin and return to his house as his daughter.
He did that?
Yes.
He let you go, just like that?
Yes, but now I've fallen into your hands. A thief is not like a sheikh.
Do with me what you will.
Where does he live, this cousin whom you love?
In a room on a garden in such and such a house on such and such a street.
Dear mistress, no one shall ever accuse a man of my profession with interfering with the course of true love. I will now lead you to your cousin's house, for if you were to go alone, you may fall in with a vile thief. The wind is for all, the flute is for one, and that one is not I.
So saying, he took the girl by the hand and escorted her, as if she had been a queen, up to the house of her beloved.
By Allah, I can see. Whose hands are these?
Beloved?
Who are you to speak to me in the voice of mine?
Your cousin.
Cousin? Wait, how have you...
What have you...
She explained to him all of her adventures on this strange night.
No, but nothing would be gained by repeating it in this place.
What a generous man this sheik is. Great deeds inspire greater deeds. Cousin, there's only one thing we must do. I must return you to the saint untouched.
What?
Cousin, do you agree?
In the face of such virtue, what else can we do?
My children, do not tell me why you are here, for I have already asked. But know this, when a believer has claimed his wife to be of his flesh and blood, no power can give lie to his words. You owe me nothing, my children. I am in bondage to my oath.
So saying, that good man left his house and all his goods to the two of them, and went to live in another city.
Now, Prince of Time, let us stop and consider. Who is the most generous? The lover, the husband, or the thief?
They're all idiots.
Then we'll judge for ourselves. Was it the lover? Was it the thief?
Yeah!
Or was it the husband?
That was an edifying tale indeed. I pardon you.
At that, the greengrocer came forward, kissed the ground, and said, "No disrespect to my colleagues, the pastry cook and the butcher, but I do have a tale concerning a Kurd and a Persian that may delight your honorable majesty."
It is permitted.
And so the greengrocer began the tale of the wonderful bag.
One day, in a marketplace in Baghdad, someone let fall a little bag and walked on without noticing.
It's a cool bag. Hey! What are you doing trying to walk off with this bag as though it belonged to ever since you were born?
You summon, save my goods from this wretched unbeliever who wishes to make off with my bag!
My bag is known and well known. It is universally acknowledged to be my bag.
Hold on here! Who is the plaintiff and who the defendant?
Oh, Khadij, this bag is my bag. I lost it and found it again in the street today.
When did you lose it?
I lost it Tuesday. Yep. I lost that bag Tuesday and I haven't slept since.
Oh, may Allah lift up and honor our master the Khadij. I lost that bag 2 weeks ago and have not slept since for the thinking of it.
The truth can be uncovered soon enough. Whoever is the true owner of the bag shall best be able to describe its contents. Each of you give a list, and whosever list is closest to the true inventory of the contents shall own the bag and everything in it.
What a great idea, Khadij. And may I say how great you look today. Indeed, really digging the skirt. In this bag, which is my bag, by the way, is a candlestick, a grapefruit, a large cucumber, a gourd, some vases for keeping water in. I'm something of a water salesman, you see. I sell water, you see, and my sons help, Jeremiah, Lebanon, and Barashaga. They'll help me, and they're all in that bag, and they're all willing to swear that this bag is my bag.
Khadij, this bag is my bag. In it is my pets, my gerbil and my pet lion, along with my other pet sheep, and my lion's name's Ramachandran, along with my other pet sheep, all named Ahmad. There's Ahmad the first, up through Ahmad the 7th through 8th, whatever, and I've trained Ramachandran to not eat my other sheep, because that would be really bad, and just a lot of a mess to yeah, right. Also, in this bag is my palace, which I live in and thrive in. It also has my very, very beautiful bathrooms. You should really come and visit. Along with my children, who all will swear that that bag is mine.
Oh, Khadij, I should also mention, in the bag, besides the things that I already mentioned, is the River Nile. You see, I need a place to get the water for my water sails. So what I do is I go to the River Nile and fill it up. I also use the mud from the River Nile because I deal in cosmetics. I'm something of a small business owner, you see.
I sell pickles. Pickles, along with chickens, which I have also named Buck Buck, and several lanterns that go along with them if you would like to buy some from me. My business.
My pickles, I have pickles
And
too.
the law lives! Either you are two rascals mocking at the law and its representatives, or this bag is a bottomless abyss, or the valley of the day of judgment itself. Let us see what is in this bag. A little orange rind and some olive stone.
This is the wrong bag.
No,
I saw
maybe
a different bag.
Whoa!
Hey!
That is possibly the single most absurd story I have ever heard.
That is the most absurd story I have ever heard as well. That bag is barely the size of your head. Who could believe so small a space could contain a palace, a lion, and the River Nile?
But in our heads, my lord, we do contain all the images of the universe.
Impossible. So, go on. What is your next tale? I hope it is more reasonable, or you may soon lose your own wonderful bag.
Harun al-Rashid said,
That is possibly the single most absurd story I have ever heard. I pardon.
With that, the clarinetist came forward, kissed the ground, and said,
Oh, Prince of Time, I have a story even more absurd, if you will hear it. Perhaps you have heard, Harun al-Rashid, of the noble but most unfortunate Abu al-Hassan and his historic indiscretion at his own wedding?
No. It is permitted.
Know then, my lord, there was once a great merchant, Abu al-Hassan, a man of exquisite refinement, of perfect and complete manners, who, one day, in his middle age, decided it was time to take a wife. And so,
Rise up and sing the season. Abu al-Hassan is getting married. A rich merchant and gentleman, how perfectly his form is carried. So dignified and somber, with elegance beyond compare, his steps could teach a ship to sail, his glances warm the very air. And as they say, a glad life is like a golden almanac whose rose-scented leaves are delicately pointing back. So rise up, Abu al-Hassan is getting married.
the lovely young bride took her seventh and last tour of the room. Abu al-Hassan came forward with a slow and dignified step into the chamber, and to prove he was a man of gravity and good manners, he went to receive the wishes of the old women. But, at that moment, with the belly full of heavy meat and drink, he did something which he did not mean to do. May Allah preserve us all from doing the same.
Excuse me.
here in India for 10 years. Happy, prospered. But as the poet says, the Ganges, the Ganges, silver river men put first. How can the Egyptian state his native Egypt with thirst? Safe in the smile, the mild Nile. Save in the smile, the mild Nile. I cannot resist the solicitations of my soul no longer. I must return home.
With that, he packed his bags and journeyed home, traveling over treacherous mountains filled with lions, snakes, and wolves, until at last he reached a hill that overlooked his native land. His heart swelled at the sight.
Ah, how beautiful is my native homeland. No doubt I am assumed dead, long forgotten. I shall travel the streets in disguise, lest my poor old father see me like this, and the shock prove too much for him.
Mother, what day was I born?
Why, you were born on the 12th day of Ramadan.
And what day was I born?
Why, you were born 2 weeks after the great sandstorm.
And mother, what day was I born?
Why, you were born on the same day of the same year that Abu al-Hassan let his fart.
My fart is a date on the calendar? It should live as long as there are palm trees!
With that, he turned and fled. It did not cease his flight until he was back in India, where he lived in the bitterness of exile until his death. Allah pity him.